That's right, my free trial of life has expired. I must quickly remind myself. Sorry about that whole, like, Civil War thing, by the way. I blinked and missed the self-unaliving. Man, how'd you get that horse and cart in there? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yo, relatable? Relatable? Yeah, thanks. Well, we could be focusing on the story of the game, but you know what? Them horse testicles don't look like they shrink enough. Although, on that note, imagine if I was to put this into the intro, having to explain why I look like Shrek's boogers would be an incredibly hard thing to do. Hello there, YouTube. Welcome back to the Slot channel. My name's Inky, and yes, I'm doing my best impression of Shrek's boogers. Because much like Shrek being love and life, Inky is love. Inky is life. And what else is life is immense brain rot. And what better brain rot than a Max0r video? And Max0r put out a new video the other day for Red Dead Redemption 2. And having never really played Red Dead Redemption 2, I'm sure this will be a great first-hand experience of experiencing Red Dead for the first time. Dude, I have been excited for this one. I have never played Red Dead Redemption properly, so this is going to be my very first experience of seeing what Red Dead is all about. And I'm sure being a Max0r video, it'll be the most true, unfettered, and honest experience of what Red Dead Redemption is truly like. Let's give it a go, shall we?
Drunk driving.
Yeah!
You know it, you love it, we do not condone
We live
in
it!
any way,
And in England, it's the only way to go.
No matter how funny it looks, I am neither encouraging my viewers to booze,
Oh!
nor
I'm pretty sure Red Dead is like the equivalent of Grand Theft Auto, right? No, think about it, because Grand Theft Auto has its roleplay servers. Grand Theft Auto has a unstoppable train, is a life sim. Red Dead Redemption is just Grand Theft Auto, but with less internet. And slightly more incels.
to cruise. But I am going to
and gets modded about as much as well.
Have not been invented yet.
Like,
Red Dead Redemption
dead
2
ass,
is...
think about it. The people who, like, stan for Grand Theft Auto are some of the most devoted, unhinged people I have ever met in my life. They live and they breathe Grand Theft Auto. You try to talk to a Grand Theft Auto enjoyer, you ain't having a conversation, you getting conversated to. They will autistically talk to you about how you must enjoy your Grand Theft Auto experience, otherwise you are unbased. And Red Dead Redemption 2, I would like to think from what I've seen, is the similar experience, but they have a somewhat understanding of knowing not to talk about it to the rest of the world, because enjoying Grand Theft Auto is based. But enjoying Outback Grand Theft Auto, well, that just kind of makes you look a little bit weird.
It's the greatest drunk driving simulator that I have ever played, with a funny cowboy game attached to it. And I've got to say that compared to the various liver
Max's got the energy in this video.
That the cowboy part is pretty alright too.
Every time, dude, I'm gonna have to. I can already feel it. I can already feel it. I am gonna be playing this by the time I am done with watching this video. I'm gonna need to play it, guys. I'm gonna need to. I've been meaning to. I have it on my computer. I bought it. I just never played it. And of course, I'll need to play it with all these mods. What the I just noticed. Max0r, what the fuck? I said it first, you joke-stealing asshole.
Taking place in one of the most massive, beautiful, and fleshed-out worlds in gaming, with the greatest protagonist
Nothing like
I've
the
ever
bison
experienced,
extermination.
the greatest villain I've ever seen, and the most hated villain I've ever seen, if I have only played one singular video game. And considering the absolute size of this bitch, that is a possibility. Of course,
I'm gonna need someone to get me a list of mods I'll need.
Before the miraculous experience that is modding the game until John is building his house during a violent insurrection. So if you are new to this channel, please allow me to describe to you...
guys, sorry about that whole, like, Civil War thing, by the way. Yeah, sorry. We saw you guys having a good time over there. We were kind of jealous, so, you know, we sent some soldiers over to kind of put you guys back in your place. Yeah, we didn't mean to accidentally the entire country. Sorry about that.
The premise of this video. I do not explain games. I do not make them easier to understand. I add to the mystery of not playing the game by continuously spreading misinformation about it.
Exactly, which makes you need to play the game yourself to figure out what's true and what's bullshit.
Unhinged video evidence that is so absolutely choreographed,
so
meticulously constructed, that I have planned out every single angle for every single shot in this video. And so...
Right, here's my bet to you all. If this video gets over 10,000 views, I will play Red Dead Redemption 2. But I won't just play it. I will do my entire playthrough as an homage to Max0r by playing it through with mods and crowd control, because that will be hysterical.
Sometimes I will make the screen do this. So join me as we recount the theme's story and
nothing
gameplay
says
of this
try hard
fantastic
and
software
overdoing
as
it than
experienced
a
through the
Max0r
dying brain
video.
of a schizophrenic man, where we will learn nothing, accomplish nothing, and flat out black out by going full throttle at empty bar.
Deadass, Max0r just described the entirety of early nation America. Accomplished nothing, did nothing, was nothing. And yet from nothing came something. A something that the rest of the world would soon regret.
Starting with Chapter 1.
Bum bum bum. Uh-huh.
Everyone hates Chapter 1, so we're gonna skip that shit.
Oh. That true?
Broke the goddamn wheel.
Flying down from the tutorial,
You
in a
were supposed to
completely random
drive the
direction,
car, truck
the gang
hole.
finds themselves in the beautiful, wide-open countryside of
Wait.
New
I'm sorry. I blinked and missed the self-unaliving. Ah, that's right. My free trial of life has expired. I must quickly remind myself.
Full, wide-open countryside of New Hanover, representing new opportunities, green pastures, and a fresh start for all the kidnapping and murder that we have intently planned on fitting. I can see absolutely no consequences for this, as Dutch is a very stable man.
Yeah.
Hello, Dutch.
Plan.
What?
Money.
All right, Dutch, I'd follow you.
Dude, I have so little context. Legitimately, this could be the actual dialogue and I'd believe you. Plan. Money.
Going questioningly for several years.
To emphasize our newfound freedom from the parasitic authorities, haha, look at this guy, he's trying to fund Social Security. The game offers us a great deal of discretion, allowing us to terrorize the public with various methods hitherto unknown by quantum mechanics. And if I decide
Brr, there's more detail in Red Dead Redemption 2's mud physics than was in the entirety of Concord. And probably what's going to be in Assassin's Creed that's coming out soon.
that I want to sit here for 2 hours and smoke 500 cigarettes, then it is my God-given right to do so. The founding fathers died for this shit, and now so will I. For an example of just one night I had in the town, I dragged a man through a river of human shit, antagonized random dudes on the street,
Wow,
entered
just
the
like
saloon,
being dragged through
got
the
absolutely
metaphorical
plastered
shit
on
that is being a
gasoline,
VTuber.
got into a bar fight, lost in a bar fight, quickly made an exit by flying through the window, and discovered the amazing risk-free joys of drunk driving.
So this is the part where we watched the video about what being a cowboy was actually about, and how the whole like modern visual of a cowboy is very glamorized by comic books and everything, and how being a cowboy back in the day was actually a very boring, uneventful thing that only resulted in your death through dysentery or being trampled by the cows you were herding. Just saying.
This is not an endorsement of dangerous behavior, as the beer actually improves your driving skills. 80% of crashes are caused by sober drivers. But what makes Blue Dude Bamboozle, Green Fiend Reconvene, Yeller Feller Endeavor, Black Sack Get 'em Back?
Oh my god, these names are unhinged. You can't be serious. Oh god, Max0r, you are a cunning linguist if I ever heard one.
And turquoise purloined embroiling too into a really
Somebody hire this man. Somebody hire this man to make a movie.
Intervals is the fact that public harassment in this world is not only entertaining and morally
Required.
justifiable, but is in fact extremely profitable.
Yeah!
As about 90% of all minor altercations
15
will
cents
end
in
a
your pocket
gunfight,
will pay for my
making
next
means of
bullets to
murder
get the
and
next
kidnapping a
15 cents.
reasonable act of self-defense, and giving me the obligation to ensure their property is
You know,
returned
I'll be
to its
honest, the only Red Dead Redemption content I've ever consumed was the, let me see if I can find it a second. Yeah, this kind of stuff. This has been my only experience of playing seeing Red Dead Redemption, and it legitimately made me want to, it was the entire reason I bought the game originally, because I thought, damn, dude, that looks sick. I'd love to give that a go.
We're gonna find out how much blood you got to spill. Mocking you. You gotta let yourself be mocked.
Don't worry, I'm just playing with you.
Next time. Next time.
Yeah, and that's right. It's because I wanted to give them head. Dude, that shit looks so cool, though. This is from somebody who clearly has 7,000 hours in the game, but still.
rightful owner, exactly as the founding fathers intended. Speaking of being highly profitable and courteous to our fellow man, if you happen to be a big fan of the root of all evil, then this is essentially the perfect software, as all gameplay mechanics, story, and general premises of this game revolve solely—
I am honestly kind of upset. It is such an easy joke for Max0r to have just had some, like, in every single scene, just a guy shooting themselves in the head. In anyone else's video, that would be considered insensitive and offensive. In a Max0r video, I'm just upset it's not there already. It would have been like a very subtle little thing through the entire video. Just every single scene, somebody popping themselves in the head. Because that's what these videos make you feel like you have to do.
around the acquisition of money, making this possibly the most realistic game ever set in America. You can make money by exploring the map. Actually, never mind. Don't do that. It's a
Okay, no, okay, guys, I'm sorry. Maybe I predicted it. Wait. It's not pre-watch, dude. I just. Oh, okay. Maybe I just preemptively expected that from Max0r. Oh, okay.
a little snowy out here. Committing a highway robbery that never actually works.
I'm something of a Max0r editor myself.
Murder, riding into a ranch and skinning every single animal.
Oh. And then hiding inside its gut.
Slowly, Old MacDonald fucking had a farm, turning into a bird and asking people for seeds, robbing a train, evading the pursuing gang stalkers, stealing the entire train.
And here's the problem, right? Deadass, GTA 6 is gonna suck. Not just because it was a what, 12-year wait? Not just because it's $100? But unless they can pull a Cyberpunk level comeback, you are not going to live up to the expectations. Like, this shit took so much time to get it right, and they hit the nail. But GTA 6, looking at the pricing of it, looking at the news that's been coming out about it, GTA 6 is never going to live up to the hype. And then people have the sunk cost fallacy. People have already immersed themselves, but like, that's the problem. The longer you wait for a sequel to come out, the more time people will sink in the prequel, and then they'll feel less encouraged to go into the sequel because they don't want to have to lose all that time they sunk immersing themselves in building the world they have in the other one.
And reminiscing on the beauty of America's
It's why Red Dead Redemption 3 would have to be something
as well as
immense.
helping numerous individuals, actively begging the player for a taste of delicious lead. But by far the most efficient way to make money is also the avenue by which you spend.
Oh.
We are fucked. And no, I am not referring to gambling again, though that is a very
But I
efficient
wanna have a
and
crippling
safe
addiction to
prospect,
gambling. Oh wait, I
as
do. I collect
reserve the
Pokemon
right
cards.
and privilege to summon 90 Cheetos whenever I lose a hand, but rather through engagement with the various schemes and heists made available by our fellow criminals, which of course will have no long-term consequences, as Dutch is very eager to inform us. Because yes, though I do in fact work for an extremely high premium, our
Gotcha game I don't recognize? Interesting.
extremely high premium, our main task is not only the advancement of our wealth, but that of our entire camp of quirky characters, who after
quirky.
routinely performing Balkan-level massacres for and
I
donating
just want to point out, by the
millions
way,
of
like, just to like appreciate Max0r's effort he puts in. You know for a fact that since the last video he made 3 months ago, he was probably working on this every single day. I think I remember reading a tweet somewhere that Max0r spends 8 hours a day editing these videos. And then when he puts one out, he has a week's break and then gets straight back to editing the next video. Which I think really shows with the quality of how good they're edited. And the fact these don't get more views than they already have is just crazy to me. Like 3 days ago and only 700,000 views, I guess Max0r fell off.
to the max level camp. We'll have Dutch turn around and tell me that we need to do just one more score, and that he needs just a little more money as he has spent the entire camp budget on fucking candles.
Someone who is good at the economy, please help me.
Sounds like a comedy skit. 1,000.
Wait, did you know that we have a Discord and a Twitch? No? Well, now you do. So what are you waiting for? Why don't you click those little links over there and be part of the fun? Just like the rest of us cool kids, you know what I'm saying?
Dutch, have you tried not spending so much on candles?
The candles are a key part of my plan, Orchard, and I find it disrespectful that
You just don't have the man for it.
Frankly, Black Lung, I don't think I can see enough around here.
Like, I would appreciate it if you fucking
You just don't have
killed
the
yourself.
man to understand
As
the
you
concept
can
of my
probably tell by this
plan.
point, the only thing more batshit than the basic gameplay is the advanced gameplay. Moving from location to beautiful
Waiting for the
location
next
and
self-unaliving.
chronicling the story of the Vanderlyn gang as they literally
When's the
cannot
next
stop killing
self-unalive?
people.
I'm waiting for it.
Or most accurately,
We've gone
cannot
3
stop
scenes
ordering
without
you to kill people
unsearched
specifically.
from the
There's this
game.
mission in game where I'm escorting women to the store and
It would be so fitting if it happened
made me
now.
reconsider my opinion on the franchise.
It'd be so
It
fitting.
is truly incredible.
You had such an opportunity to escape from the women by self-unaliving.
This car kicks ass, and I can watch Madagascar while I'm driving.
For another example of a productive money-making activity, my favorite mission is definitely the one where you go to the saloon and get so shit-faced that you begin to be haunted by the numerous ghosts of your dead friend Lenny.
The text, dude, you have to like pause every single scene of this because there will be jokes that you just blink and miss them. Lenny, I'm beginning to think I'm bisexual.
Whose accident was unavoidable, yet the regret still haunts our protagonist to this day. I could go on, but if I were to talk about all the missions, we would be here for an extended runtime, longer than the entirety of Breaking Bad, with 20 hours to spare. So forgive me if my insane rambling happens to pass over some details, like the amazing side quest where you play as the secret gang member, Bones Vanderland, who honestly was a pretty positive influence on the gang overall, and had a lot of...
Nah, gaslighting. Absolute gaslighting. This is modded. In my mind, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, what level of 5D chess is Max0r playing? He's trying to make us believe that this is also, that a lot of this is satire that is just put in by hyperbole. But I think he's like so five-headed that maybe this would actually be real. Like he's doing so much like back alley mind tricks with us that we all knew that some of it was going to be satire. But maybe the part he wants us to think is satire is actually the main part.
Say about anti-skeleton racism, and I know this is going to piss off a lot of my viewers, but these guys deserve reparations, and my channel is no place for the calciphobic. Rather, we are instead going to focus on the overall story of the gang and how it closely parallels the failure of the nation once known as America. Should interest rates become more lopsided, they will buy Italy next. The broad
Oh
fields
no,
of New
not
Hanover,
Italy.
therefore,
Maybe
represent
they'll be
the
able
gang
to afford
and
themselves more than
declare
one
a
boot this
pure,
time.
wholehearted expression of radical freedom, made possible only by the wide open countryside, slavery,
The game
and
looks
the
so
elimination
good,
of all
though.
those who stand in.
I know that it's probably modded a little bit. When did Red Dead Redemption 2 come out? What? Because I remember when it came out there was a South Park episode. I think that was like 2000 I want to say 2017, but something tells me 2012 and I don't know why. Oh, thank God I'm not that rotting. Oh, thank God. I thought I was rotting. Oh, I mean, still, for a, what, 7-year-old game? So, oh, God, it's 2025, isn't it? Ah! What about Rot 1? Was 1 2012? Oh, that might be why I feel like I was rotting.
In our way. Just like in the real America, which historically killed up to 8 million people to grow corn, and we would do it again.
Hell yeah!
Do not be
It's not
alarmed, though.
violating any
I have
Geneva Conventions,
absolutely
'cause they
no
weren't
issues with
invented
the
yet.
American government, because my true enemy is the American people, and there is still so much pain yet to inflict.
Now I don't know where the hell we are, but you are going to be... Hey, Arthur, you hear me?
No.
Sure thing, Dutch.
Hey,
Sure.
1's in the chat if you think Arthur behaved, and 2's if you think he busted it down sexual style like a cracked out white boy.
Thing.
Yeah, that looks like a 2 to me! Damn, new bad dragon toy just dropped. Man, I am so cooked. This shit just looks way too funny.
So after a laborious moving
Goofy ass
process involving
fucking
the
cowboy
careful
game.
transportation of the women and children, we find ourselves exploring the wonderful, peaceful civilization of the state of Lemoyne. Meaning, of course, that I am blessed with the unique opportunity to discuss the topic of race relations in the post-Vellum South.
I think you misunderstood. I think it was, you were supposed to talk about the depopulation of the American South, right? Oh, that's right. He wasn't wearing his glasses that day. Wait, the white man is hurt by his actions as well. This is a metaphor about structural racism. That's all that's... Oh, Max0r's entire design philosophy for his editing is to put in so many subtle little jokes that you blink and miss them that you got to pause the video a million times to up the view count. And to also put in enough multiple colors and crack-headed editing that it'll satiate even the TikTok dopamine receptor adult children that watch this kind of shit.
A task which was apparently so hard for the devs that they simply set all plantation workers to be white people. So as to bypass the issue.
Whoa, guys. Yo, that's crazy. Very lazy of Rockstar.
But we here on the Max0r channel are not ones to sugarcoat real history. Nor are we going to disguise the horrors sadly inflicted on the skeleton race. This being said, I can completely understand. As a
I don't know. I mean, my school was really good about the history of the American South. I got taught a lot about the extradition and racial undertone violations against the skeleton society of the American South. In fact, my teacher made a point to bring in grand descendants of the American indigenous skeleton population to talk about their grandparents and the life that they lived and the regicidal tendencies of the fleshy people that lived there that would treat them so poorly. No, I distinctly remember that. Not gaslighting.
Historically accurate Arthur Morgan would in fact be throwing the hard R faster than he throws his bullets.
Arthur, can you explain what the hell you just did to me?
Well, Dutch, I just don't understand why I can't say it. I mean, Lenny says it all the
You
time.
can't say that word in camp, Arthur. It's just not our word, okay?
I know, the voice they got for Arthur is really good. I don't know what Arthur sounds like originally, but it sounds very authentic.
You're gonna have to trust me on this one. Of course, I'm allowed to say it because I am the special boy who can say the special racism, but like...
You can say it.
More importantly, Lenny's a skeleton now, so honestly, at this point, you're being bigoted in two ways.
The Vanderlyn gang might be murderous, genocidal, kleptomaniacal, and against every form of law.
But you know
and
what?
basic
They pay
reasoning.
their taxes.
But we are not going to do a hecking racist Reno. And you will be forced to play the side mission where Bones and Lenny form a unique relationship of racial solidarity in opposition to the ruling capitalist class. And Arthur is just kind of like, you know, I feel pretty oppressed too with all the police chasing me, and Bones just kind of responds with, I'm sorry, Arthur, but you just wouldn't understand. Now, up until this point, I have been discussing a few important gameplay mechanics from you, which are all very important steps for Orchard to be Red Dead Redeemed or something. I wouldn't know, I didn't play the game, all this footage is from my secret evil twin. Starting, of course, with your health, representing the ability—
Dude, imagine being that good at your game. Imagine being so in the source of your editing to edit a video for a game you want to make, but you are so intent on the editing that you don't have time to play the game you need to make an edit for. Dude, I wish I was that successful. I could just pay somebody to stream for me. Like, oh, that's called capitalistic downtrickle. That's called employment. That's called being a corpo VTuber agency. Yeah, why stream myself when I can pay other people to do it for me and take their profits? Capitalism.
To get shot, which is restored by intentionally getting hit by small bullets so that you
There we
eventually
go.
build a
Another
resistance to the
glorious
ones.
self-unaliving.
Your stamina, which is restored by stealing the food and cocaine present in unattended houses. And most interestingly,
unattended.
the Deadeye meter, representing your ability to kill everyone very quickly. and a skill which I have hitherto not shown in the video because it is
Not
really
fast
bad
enough for
looking
the
on camera. Unusually restored
skibbity
only by
toilet enjoys
copious
out
amounts
there.
of
There weren't
drinking and
15 explosions
smoking,
in the same moment.
which means that yes, drinking is not only used for the arduous task of vehicular operation, but is also a core gameplay mechanic, utterly vital
Max0r
to the flow of
videos will be
combat,
used by
and
scholars in a
necessitating the
decade's
vast majority
time
of my
to
dad's
really
income.
recall the intricacies
When I
of
was
society
7
of our
years old.
current generation.
Although you can't really blame the guy since there are 13 different ways to drink alcohol in this game and 0 ways to drink water. Speaking of not drinking any water,
I
and
mean, dude, come
rapidly
on. They're from South America. No one in South America didn't learn about water until like 1989. Let's be real here. Come on. You can't expect people to swim in what they don't understand.
filling my stamina bar? One of the best and most effective ways for Arthur to boost his endurance is the consumption of a special item known as Gamer Supps Energy Drinks, which has this really cool
Shameless.
mission about it where Arthur and Hosea offer the people of Rhodes various unique flavors of energy at only 40 cents per serving.
Whoa, this sounds
Okay,
like a
everyone
sponsor.
shut the fuck up, causing the local townsfolk to clamor into the video description, where they will use code Max0r with a 0 for 10% off all products.
Damn, Arthur
featuring
kinda
a
chill
wide
like
assortment
that.
of delicious energy flavors such as the Chug Juice, Guacamole Gamer Fart 9000, and Grandma's Ashes, which are all of course
Grandma's
real
Ashes.
flavors that you can actually buy, filling the local populace with so much energy that they enter a
I still
transcendent state
think
of
that I'd be a
productivity known
great
as
Gamer
getting
Supps
fucked
flavor.
up on the subs, and
Being
attracting
that I
the attention
am
of the local
literally
authorities at the
multicolored
presence of
and
such
whatever flavor I choose to be,
Hundreds
I
of
would be
people may
called
dead
the
now,
experience.
But that is how I keep the price low.
Yeah,
Speaking of
another
offering criminal deals
self-unaliving.
and maintaining a defense against inflation.
Wow, okay, I am celebrating people's, like, unaliving themselves way too much. But I am keeping tally, and it is amusing me immensely.
I probably should have mentioned by this point that Red Dead Redemption takes place in a fictional universe where those who rightfully commit
Yes,
mass murder and arson
fictional
are attacked
universe called London.
by a special gang called the Police, who actually try to stop you from doing crimes. And the main plot of this game is centered around this very conflict. You might call it battery and assault. Dutch calls it keeping the rent low in our neighborhood. Law's been on us for a good time now, Black Lung.
Maybe I need to get Dutch
Maybe
around here.
now's
My
not the time for you to
mortgage
be
has been way too
hanging
high recently.
around.
Yeah, maybe Sean shouldn't be using that stupid Read It page so much.
No, come on now, Arthur. Favorite website.
Well, can't say he didn't deserve it.
And
This is, of
there's
course,
another
in
one.
great contrast to how it is
Yeah!
in real life, where
We've
the
never
police
been more
exist
celebratory of
mainly to
people's,
evict single mothers. But in the
unconnectivity to
hyperbolic
life.
and unrealistic world of Tan-Can Revenge 2, the police primarily try to stop you from killing people, cause you to kill
Ew,
more
boring.
people in self-defense, shrug their
I
shoulders
mean, I'll be
3
honest, they're
hours
kind of
after
putting
a
all
crime
these
is
dead
committed,
bodies to
and then
waste.
send
I
out
would,
20
you know,
valuers
use
to
every part of
annoy
the
me
body.
instead. Founded upon a system
just
of
leaving out the
bystanders
rot.
and crime reports.
That's
meaning
good
that if a
biomass
person
right there.
happens to observe your misdeeds, you are subtly encouraged to terminate the remaining witnesses. Sorry that I talk about everything in a really roundabout way, but you kill them. You drag them off cliffs. You shoot them. You make Julius Caesar look like a
gun go
fucking
bang.
joke. But
Hey guys, gun
aside
go
from just
bang!
stabbing all your problems away, there are 2 different methods to ensure that the police at least temporarily leave us alone, which I am fairly interested in doing considering that I need to repeatedly go to the bullet store for no particular reason.
Yeah, I need to keep going to the to the mental health clinic for no particular reason. Yeah, it's crazy.
The
Such
first, of course,
coincidence.
being to simply lawfully surrender and to successfully resist the temptation to reach for your gun. At which point, you will be serving a $320,000 bounty for 10,000 counts of murdering officers, 1,002 counts of murder, 437 counts of abduction, 3 counts
fine,
of
just sleep it off.
inducing vapors, 49
Rockstar always
counts of
put a
forced
mechanic that allows you to
inversion,
sleep off
9
your dad.
billion counts of assault, and at least 40,000 DUIs. 40,001 DUIs. And the second is to just pay off your debt to the state in cash.
40,002,
which usually totals to about
40,003.
1/3 of the money you stole. Yes, I did calculate it. Yes, I did invest it on the cowboy stock market. And yes, I...
God, damn it! I really called this self-unaliving pun through the entire thing. And my problem is, I don't know if the self-unaliving mechanic was something he modded in, or whether that's just part of the fucking game. And if it is part of the game, at least I have an out for getting out of my fucking crippling depression.
did lose it all on blackjack. Because this isn't actually about paying your debt to society. It's about your cut to the IRS. Which of course begs the question,
Ugh.
if the gang is constantly being pursued by the police, and if that is a problem for us, why doesn't Dutch just go to the post office and pay his bounty? Is he
Yeah.
stupid? The tranquil terrain and red roads of Georgia, therefore, represent the gang's ideal
Dude,
rebellion
stop
against
fiddling
a
with
world
your guns
far
like
too
that. You're gonna go
civilized
blind.
and far too willing to catch serial arsonists. Though, just like in the real America, everything is going to go downhill from here. And everything we do from this point forward is a raw statement of abject cruelty. It is all we have done.
Okay.
It is all we will do. The rapture happened in the year 2015, and 3 people were sent to heaven.
Oh, so Dutch is simply trying to prevent the world from happening. He saw the future, realized the error of our ways, and simply wanted to stop it from happening. He was prematurely preventing the apocalypse. Man, what a good guy.
Actually, never mind. Everything is going to go really great. Because Dutch just texted me
There's
in Blue
another
Archive and told me
one!
that he has a plan. We are going to Tahiti or some shit. Dutch, I am Arthur, and I am fucking constipated with tuberculosis. And, I can kill people. I can legally kill people and shoot them. Let's fucking do it, Arthur.
There she is. A real
Detroit on Comic-Con Day.
A real city. The future.
Oh, no, wait, sorry, not Detroit. Florida. Specifically Miami on Comic-Con Day.
Exactly.
Superman! Look at him fly, look at him go. Hey guys, loud equals funny! Loud equals funny! What the fuck is going on? I can't hold it together anymore, dude. I gotta pee. I gotta pee. I'll be back in like 2 minutes, guys. I need a break. I need like a second to pull my shit together. I'll be back real quick. I'm alright.
So after doing,
Drugs.
whatever that was, I made that shit and I still don't know what I did. We awaken on the polluted
Dude, I've been watching
shores
this for like
of the
40
city
minutes
of
and I'm still
Saint Denis,
confused.
A major
Like, I still don't know
municipality
what
of
Red Dead
boundless
Redemption 2
beauty
is
and
about.
Classy commerce. Commerce that makes literally no sense, as Saint Denis' only route to the ocean takes us over a gigantic-ass waterfall.
And so Waterworld was made.
Which, no doubt, would complicate the gang's escape to Tahiti in unforeseen ways. Why are there so many boats
I'm waiting
here?
for the moment
Who
where
is
somebody
putting
wakes
them
up
the
in
harbor?
Skyrim.
How can they get to the harbor? I have nobody to talk to about this. So to escape the consequences of our crimes and get to said tropical paradise, Dutch has a well-thought-out plan.
Money Tahiti. Money Tahiti. Money Tahiti.
Ah, I
I think that hit
understand.
his head a little too hard.
Money Tahiti.
Where we need to, that's right, commit even more crimes and
Yeah!
get even more money. What?
Crime, plan, money. That's right, guys. I understand the mind of a goddamn genius.
Could possibly go wrong? But first, we need to enter the big city by putting on
Okay, it's
an
been about
elegant
3 minutes.
disguise,
Where's the next self
utilizing
unalive?
the game's extensive and normal customization options to convert
Oh, look,
to
he's
Islam, and with God's help, play the rest of the game as the changed man Abdullah Morgan, which, although a powerful build option with a variety of unique abilities, unfortunately means that I'm required to
Stop
abstain from drinking.
flipping people!
So instead, we are just going to
Man, how'd you get that horse and cart in there? Oh, you built the building around it. Damn, those wild westerners were building these buildings so quick.
abstain from drinking. So instead, we are just going to play the entire rest of the game looking like
Yeah,
this.
Velvet, we have all of my other reactionary stuff is up
this
on my
is
YouTube.
entirely for gameplay purposes. The Pinkertons are simply very unlikely to see this and conclude that it is human. Someone send the police after me because this shit is an actual crime. Now, other than role-playing as a recent escape from the Saint Denis Zoo, there are many new kinds of entertainment which we can seek in the heart of the big city, such as one, perhaps even 2 types of gambling.
Whoa, hey now, don't you go show them none of them picture frame thingies. Those moving pictures, we're all about the future here. Next thing you know, you're gonna be using them picture video things to be schmitting our wives with pictures of romanticized men who are too big, and I'm not worried about my tiny penis at all. What you talking about?
And antagonizing the women's suffrage movement for some reason.
Wow, I could not have chosen a worse thing to say right before the moment about talking about women's suffrage.
If we are desiring the true urban experience, there is no better place to be than the local theaters containing a myriad of impressive vaudeville shows.
Minstrels?
Featuring fire-breathing dancers, exquisite comedic routines,
Racism?
2250 rabid grizzly bears, and a musical performance of...
Well, you know, I was expecting racism. So, you know, when the 52 bison turned up, color me surprised. Color me surprised.
The existence of the telephone.
Hi, Eben.
Damn, that shit is gas. Finally capping off with an act in which the performer asks you to shoot him, and then gets mad when you shoot him, as well as enjoying the novel and unusual Nickelodeons, where the eunuch film pincher presses images very quickly.
Whoa, what was I just talking about? You can't be showing us some kind of that technology. We out here about stationary photos. This kind of moving magic photos, they got nothing. They're all gonna steal away our wives, just like VTubers. What's a VTuber? Don't you worry about it in my time machine. I ain't got nothing to worry about that.
I'm really excited for the new movie, I say with excitement.
Skibbity.
Little did I know, it would be a feature. A creature feature. Featuring...
A creature.
The creature. Though my personal favorite component of the American City experience would be catching a
You gotta stop the train, cold rain!
Medical debt for it, which, as we all know, was the ultimate goal of the founding
What is it with
fathers.
Rockstar and trains?
Really, Red Dead Redemption 2 is just a game that is absolutely brimming with a frankly unnecessary amount of detail. So much so that it can sustain an entire YouTuber ecosystem whose job it is to point out things that...
Oh boy. There's something to be said here about people who make a single thing their entire identity. Some people make a single game their identity. Warframe, Red Dead Redemption, whatever else. Some people make mental illness their entire identity, and I'm glad to live that dream.
that are in the video game. And yes, while I might be a little bit guilty
another
of that,
enjoyer of the mental illness, brought on by severe hoof-to-head
encounters.
encounters.
Correct information. Like, for instance, did you know that in Blue Dude Bamboozle 2, in the mission where Sean dies, you will notice that his horse is missing.
Spoilers,
this is a subtle
dude!
nod to the fact that in just a few moments, Sean's brain will also be missing. Did you know, if you happen to shoot a shopkeeper in the face, they will appear again with a large bandage, but still...
I got shot! I got shot in the head! Really? I got better. You know, it was only a few brain cells. I didn't have many to begin with.
Serve you. This is a subtle reference to the fact that they have forgotten us as a consequence of the brain damage. Did you know horse testicles do in fact
modding is
shrink
out of
when cold?
hand.
That is actually in the game, and I will not show you it. Can we
Wait. What? Say that again? Dutch, can I get a new horse? This one is female for no reason.
That is actually in the game. Testicles do. Did you know horse testicles do in fact shrink when cold?
You know, every time I've slept with a dude, they always keep saying, no, it's not so small. It's just really cold outside. Nice to know that the equines also suffer the same problem.
That is actually in the game, and I will not show you it.
Okay. But the intrusive thought tells me that I need to Google this shit, so, you whore! Time to YouTube, this definitely won't make my search history look immensely suspicious. Red Dead Redemption horse. Nice to know that I am not the only person that's been morbidly curious about this. Okay, you guys, you're just going to have to take my word for it. Okay, let's have a little look-see here.
Attention to details in video games. In Red Dead Redemption 2, horse testicles can shrink or expand, depending on temperature in the game world. Attention to details.
Dude, we're getting games in 2025 like Avowed or Concord that can't even make the game function. Yet in 2018, developers were cooking so hard they could go into detail, and there were just people in the studio that were that bored one day. It's like, well, we could be focusing on the story of the game, but you know what? Them horse testicles don't look like they shrink enough. I mean, I woke up this morning and saw that my nuts were looking more like little pebbles. And I'm definitely not inflected about my micro penis. But you know, I'm just saying, we need to put them shrinking testicles in the game.
Can we do the next fucking joke, please? Did you know that if you shoot Javier, stab Dutch, cannonball Strauss, burn Sadie with a Molotov, drag Micah off a cliff, explode Ms. Grimshaw,
You will still
tie
not
up
suffer
Lenny,
enough
punch
self-loathing
Meredith into the
than you would do if you
atmosphere,
became a
drag
streamer.
Hosea from a horse, throw an axe at Abigail, give radiation to Kieran for being a Hibernian, perform a duel against Jack, drown Pearson, run over Bill with a stagecoach, and insult John in front of his family.
God, look at you fools.
John will be very mad with you. But my favorite detail in the
Whoa,
entire
that's
game
the
is
crazy
that if the
secret
player
to unlock.
donates $40,000 to the camp, and if this is before Dutch receives the traumatic brain injury that coincidentally makes him listen to Micah, the gang will have the money to journey down the waterfall and wash up unexpectedly upon the beautiful shores of Tahiti, where after a long and arduous day of holding the W key for 4 minutes straight, and 1 minute gay, allows you to access the game's optional happy ending.
1 minute
where
gay?
The Vanderlyn
That's the
gang
longest
comes
lasting
together
gay I've
to
ever
perform their
seen.
very first land acknowledgement, followed by a brief 4 more minutes of walking in chains as an apology for doing
Oh, right. So this is that moment where they they do the role reversal thing. I see.
slavery and white settler colonialism. Adding the island quest to the game was certainly a choice, definitely a decision, indubitably a determination. And if I was Rockstar Games, I would probably try not to build a 2-foot prison for the player to show off my extinct iguana modeling and how bad everyone is at shooting things.
How the fuck did I miss?
But ultimately, it is a necessary.
You want to know why? Because the standard issue Colt 45, that was the founding father of the Colt revolvers, had no rifling, short barrel, although it was robust as anything and could sustain any form of damage that would cause the barrel to be deformed. It was one of the most inaccurate things, because this was back before general rifling and the spirals of the barrel, known as rifling, were commonplace in weaponry because people didn't understand basic gun elements. Ballistics. Ballistics, yes, that's the word. That's why.
Prison for us to discover the
It's
deep
not
underlying
bad
truth.
game design, it's just
Tahiti
realistic.
was never truly a place. It was an elaborate hallucination, and where good cowboys go to a farm upstate. Therefore, just like the rest of America, Arthur Morgan is now
What?
doomed to achieve.
What? You guys don't know that I'm immensely autistic? Okay, that we know. But you guys didn't know that I have a hyperfixation with guns and that I know a lot about gun history and the fact that Colt 45, one of the very first founding fathers of our revolvers out there, was the most inaccurate thing to ever exist. And it was only like 2 generations later that they actually discovered how to make guns more accurate by rifling the barrels. Yeah.
Only the worst possible outcomes, and will thus persist in defying all of the civilized world.
Yeah, I mean, whatever is in my skull has to be taken up by something. Might as well be guns.
Frankly, it is time for us to accept the facts. We are not going to escape civilization. We are not going to Tahiti.
Why'd they put TF Fort in this game? I thought Max0r was supposed to be playing Red Dead Redemption 2, not modding Team Fortress 2 maps into it.
We are not going to Tahiti, and I am an agent of the Antichrist. My videos are mediums
That's
for
an
dark
understatement.
spirits, and that is how I get the game to look like this. Leaving us with only one pressing question for us to finally address. What the fuck are we even doing right now?
Oh yes, Remington. Oh, daddy's special little gun producer. For people to realize that there was a standard for guns beyond just gun go bang.
So after playing for 2 hours inside of the definitely optional side quest that definitely takes place in Tahiti, Arthur Morgan returns to the accursed land of America with a new, optimistic outlook on life and the universe.
And shoots himself.
Leading him to retire from the outlaw life in order to pursue his true passion
Oh,
of
where's the
stalking and
self-unaliving
killing
joke
innocent
again?
animals. And with an
Stop
excessive
killing the
234
deer!
different
What did they do to
species,
you?
each with their own excessively long skinning animation, which the developers worked very
Oh, that's
hard on,
hot.
so please watch
Oh,
the
that's hot.
entire
Do it
thing.
again.
We will not let you skip it. Each kill is a digital
Oh god, that's hot. Morgan, I love the way you took the life from that creature and stared into its eyes as the life left its eyes. Oh god, Morgan, that's so hot. Do it again. But babe, we've already got the skin. Do it again. I'm so close, Morgan. I'm so close. Just do it again.
blood sacrifice to Satan himself. There is certainly a lot of hunting to be done, and a lot of places to travel in the meantime, such as in the gleaming forests of Roanoke Ridge, where we bravely fought 10 to 20 copies of Jack.
somehow the internal monologue of how I want to treat all children made into this video. Damn.
Oh, Arthur.
And yet somehow the actual events of how dealing with children makes into this.
In the dank swamps of Bayou Noir, where I was killed and eaten by many alligators. In the sunny plains of West Elizabeth, where we extincted the last remaining buffalo, dooming us to interminable environmental collapse. In the beautiful vistas of Big Valley, where we shot at the hordes of perfidious Irishmen, an invasive...
And started farming poppies that had no dire consequences on my locomotive capabilities. Oh, I tell you what, but I was fucking high.
Species not native to this area. And in the deserts of New Austin, in the year of 2010, my dad bought a game for me called Red Dead Redemption 1, wherein I refused to play the actual game because I was too busy slaughtering and skinning all available farm animals in a 10-mile radius.
Yeah, we out there trying to tell the rest of the world that games didn't make us violent. Maybe not violent, definitely maybe more sociopathic though.
Not to sell their skins, mind you, just for the love of the game. Which I did dutifully and elegantly for the next 5 hours until my dad told me that in order to keep playing the game,
Some say there are
I had
signs
to
when a kid
stop
is
doing that.
on their way to becoming
And
a
as Arthur
sociopath.
traveled all across these United
I guess now we know.
States, meeting numerous people and killing numerous more, he dwelled on all of the things that had brought him to this moment. And
I'm waiting for the Family Guy reference. Just the Family Guy intro moment. All things to make a Family Guy. What how's it go again? No, because it's the intro that he quotes, right?
realized
I'm
with
so
an
stupid.
uncomfortable clarity
I ain't gonna
that this
commit
was
to this bit
stupid.
that hard.
That no matter how many
Oh yeah!
times he
Oh
committed
yeah! It seems today that all you see are cowboys and westerns and shit on TV, but everything that that Arthur positively can do, is laugh and cry. We're a depressed kind of guy.
no matter how much money he donated, it was never enough to satisfy Dutch's insatiable need. An insatiable
Yes, those
need
good old-fashioned
to
values.
buy more candles. And the more that Arthur gave to him, the more candles he always seemed to acquire. All the while, the man standing behind his shoulder, the man who fed into his worst impulses and darkest fears, was not the brightest wick in the candle store. And as Arthur gazed into the fireplace, wondering how he could have been so blind, and
blue
how he
fire.
could be left in the dark for so
I'm gonna eat it.
long, as if a bright candle had just illuminated his darkest night. He had finally come to the realization
I'm
that
still
he alone
struggling
had
to
the
figure out
power
which
to
parts are
end this
modded.
vicious cycle.
And the
that
great
he
thing is, I don't
alone
think I
had to put a
care. This
stop
is just
to
so
it
funny.
Once and for all.
Please off yourself one more time. For me. Please. Please, Arthur. I want to see it. One more for the funnies. Just one more.
So as he rode that long ride back to Roanoke
One more
Ridge,
sil- one-
as
one
he remembered
more-
every struggle that had come before,
Iron
and all
deficiency
the
joke.
people who had helped him get there. And yes, I am counting skeletons as people. He knew that this was going to be his Red Dead Redemption 2
What? Max, I don't think that makes
for
as
the
much.
PlayStation 4.
Oh, this was all a trailer. Well, color me enthused.
Hurry, a lot of candles.
Do you think this part hurt Max0r to make, considering it doesn't have 59 edits? Like this bit right here. Max0r sat on this bit being restrained by his friends. Because he had to go through this entire section knowing there wasn't a single edit to be made. Candles.
Hurry, a lot of candles. Hurry.
We just got plenty of time, Micah. Time to discuss our finances.
Black Lung, you're back. Hooray.
What the hell is going on?
That is quite a bit of candles, Dutch. No doubt expensive. Now, Dutch, I can hardly blame you on account of your traumatic brain injury, but
Dude,
for
calling
Micah,
out people's mental illness. Wild.
Micah's just
Is he
fucking
sat in a
stupid on his own.
You know we need the candles, Black Lung.
We don't,
That's a goddamn lie.
Dutch.
Dutch, think of the value.
What fucking value, Micah?
They're an investment, Black Lung.
It all makes sense now.
No. It damn well doesn't.
Dutch, think.
Dutch, it's getting pretty dark out. You wanna buy some candles?
You left me.
Dude, just the voiceovering on this is fucking wild.
My boy. That was literally the point. You're fucking weird. Can you go away now? Fuck. Perhaps I'm not the only one with brain damage.
That's right.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Because
Yo, relatable? Relatable? Yeah! Thank fuck!
I also hit my head too hard in a trolley accident. All that and so much
Oh, this is the clown fiesta of mental trauma. Yeah, yeah. Oh
more.
no.
Dutch, for fucking candles.
Be quiet, cowpoke. Be quiet. You live in the dark.
Excuse me, I've been trying to contact you regarding a free trial to the new...
Ha ha ha. Women, am I right?
Who among us? Among us?
No, bro. Dude, you are not putting in an Among Us joke in this. I swear to God.
Are you again? Forgot, I'm sorry.
Dutch, don't do this.
I'm starting to believe that this was just like them in a fucking sound booth or recording together and they just fucking improv'd it out.
Lying, Dutch.
You ain't babies.
Yeah? Ow.
Come on, Arthur. Tahiti's just
I am compelled
ahead.
by the story.
No, I ain't taking
But I hope this ends
directions
soon. I have
from
a
a
house in like
deadbeat.
10
Come
minutes.
on.
You go.
Arthur, I told you I'd get to my child support payments after we got out of this mess.
I love you, random side character that I just met. Now, I'll hold him off.
Now
Here.
you're Red Dead Redemption 2.
Promise me that you will
Be
go drunk
reded-
driving at least once. I guarantee you it is quite the experience. Now go.
Please sell my life.
So that one
Please,
fateful
please
day,
put the gun to your mouth.
You can achieve your Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, for I swear these jokes write themselves. It's like I have an insight into the He said the thing!
You're my brother.
I don't know who the hell you are. They should make a sequel game about you or something. Fuck it, I don't know.
Wow, meta. This is actually not the videos.
Hey, partner, I got a headache. You got some ibuprofen?
Yeah! Cinema, absolute cinema. Yeah, absolute cinema, absolute cinema, absolute cinema, absolute cinema.
This one's for you, Arthur. I'm going into Hades.
Hey there, guys. It's me, side character Max0r, out here building John's house during the middle of an actual riot. Listen, this has been a very long video with a diverse amount of
No
visual
kidding.
effects, and I just want you to know that these take a very long time to make. This
Yeah.
and the last video took a lot out of me because my workday is about 10 hours long in order
Yeah.
to finish 30 seconds of video, mainly because every single shot in this video has around 3 failed prototypes, and that shot of John flying into his house had to be repeated maybe 12 different times. So be patient with the next project, please. I could just be making slop right now, but I choose to make garbage instead.
Hey. One day I too wish to elevate my slop to garbage. One day. One day that time will come and I will be on that level with you, Max0r. But today is not that day.
And on that note, a big thank you to all the people at my Patreon, who are the only reason that a
But
video
damn,
like this
isn't this
can
quality
be made in the
garbage.
first place. And if you want to fund the creation of further questionable endeavors, the link to do so is in the description. I am still working on creating Max0r merchandise, but again, I am one person, and this video has basically put me on the edge of a mental break.
Swear to God, Max0r, you make these videos and they do such numbers. you could probably pay somebody called, oh, I don't know, a manager to maybe do that stuff for you. I'm just saying. To be fair, every content creator could benefit from a manager. It's just not all of us are financially capable of doing so. Some of us put ourselves into crippling debt to do that.
Down. As always, more insane gacha game content to come, and I hope that all of you have a very lumbago Tahiti or something. Fuck it, just play this game already.
And so I probably will, if this video gets above 10,000 views within the first week. So guys, thank you very much for watching. This was an experience, and I loved it. Max0r is never a bad watch. Guys, I will be seeing you in the next video. If you guys want to watch this stuff live, I stream almost every single day on one of my 2 channels. And yeah, one day I will make my own content like this. But until that day, bye-bye.